Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 10.
I'm still reeling over that. Every time I hear that song, I realize two things. One, how many noises that I have managed to come up with, and how many you've had to pull off in the last 5.5 years.
It's a lot, man. Hit me up with, for those who don't know, watching this on YouTube, if you Google "hit me up with that noise," you will get, then there's a remix too. There's 2 different versions,
yeah.
So go check those out for show.
Just every time, it's just there's and then there's the dumbest shit in there. It's like the lick my cock, nigga. It's just like in there randomly.
I think it's actually "pick my cotton."
Yeah, but it just sounds like lick my cock instead.
Yeah.
You know. Because racism. There's 3 probes going somewhere, Mr. Black, and we're doing a cheese tournament brought to you by our fine sponsors, including the women in our lives that are crazy enough to stay with us for long periods of time. Hit me up with the sound. Hit me up with that. No, just hit me up with that old school noise. There you go. That's all we need for this one. Up here at the top right, we have Tony the Tiger, red Protoss. Down the bottom left, we have Nick Winters, the blue Protoss. It is a PvP here on Orbital Shipyard. And we have lots of pylons happening.
This is a really bad pylon placement. For a fast, easy win on Orbital Shipyard when it comes to cannons, come up behind with your probe, pylon here first, then pylon second, and pylon. They can't get inside. It's big enough for 2 cannons, and it's auto game. Auto game every time. All you need to do is get those 3 pylons off, 2 cannons, game over. They can't get a mothership core quick enough. The Zealots can't do enough damage. Their only options is to take it hard and take it long, or go over here and expand, and then you can just chuck down another pylon over here and do whatever, or just tech from behind.
I feel like if you put a pylon and a cannon there, the probe doesn't even get a chance to make it down the ramp to build the Nexus anyway. You have to run like multiple probes down.
Yeah, well, a lot of Protoss go 1 gate expand anyway, so they're kind of already going to get their expansion, but a lot of the time is that just they panic like this, and they feel as though they can make it happen, but it never does, and they just get wrecked. I would say I'm probably 85-90% win rate on this map with a cannon rush.
Wow.
If you get these 3 pylons down, it's basically 100%.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it's really up to whether or not the person recognizes coming and gets some workers in the way of your.
That's it.
Of your pylon.
And it's that easy to stop. You just need to have a worker back here, and it's even easier a lot of the time because some Protoss players will actually put a pylon here and put a gateway, and they kind of wall off for you. Then you only need 2 pylons, opposed to 3. And you just use their buildings against them.
Make it even easier.
Yep.
There you go.
So it looks like Tony is, well, he's not really taking any damage. He's going to lose this assimilator. He's getting a couple of Zealots. No core has gone down yet. Really needed to get that core. He's got the gas for it. And he's also probably should go down to this gold here and grab an expansion. Sometimes Protoss will do that. But instead he's going to grab on the low ground, which I don't agree with because he's already got a cannon here in position. All he needs to do is just put a cannon here and rip.
That cannon must be dangerously close to being within range of that far left mineral patch.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. It could probably, this could probably hit that there, but it's not going to get the probe that's collecting the minerals. But 1 cannon here would just wreck everything here.
Everything is ripped.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so far so good here for Nick Winters. I mean, the cannon rush could have been better. He's putting a lot of resources into this. He still doesn't have an assimilator back at base. He's got the gateway. He should put down the core. Whenever you're doing a rush like this, always get that core out. You need to get warp gate research as soon as possible, especially when your opponent has been gathering gas. You don't know if he's had a mothership core out, which would wreck your mineral line right now. You know, he's really, Nick Winters, although is winning, he's still shitting the bed with his attack, and he's doing the classic too many cannons. And Tony also had a forge. All he needed to do was put a defensive cannon here. It would have stopped all this from happening. It would never have gotten close enough.
Yeah, there's several things Tony could have done here to basically stop any and all of this from happening. Unfortunately, he didn't do that. Now he's playing with fire, putting this Nexus down here. I mean, he's got a ton of Zealots now that he can put to use, and he's going to have to. And look at that, it is close enough.
Oh, wow. It is close enough just for this 1 mineral patch.
Yep.
Must be just on the tip.
Like, it's on the tip.
Just on the tip.
It's playing a game of just the tip, and nobody's getting pregnant. I mean, at this point, what I have to, I'm going to just echo what you said, as nothing is happening here, is that I'm surprised Nick Winters didn't actually follow that up and get his core and everything, and just, he should just be, like, winning really hard right now.
Yeah.
And, like, really fast.
Yep.
Like, he should have stalkers here already. This should all just be GG.
Yep. Well, unfortunately for Tony, he put a really, really bad natural when his cannon was already in position, and he's going to pay the price for it. Well, actually, he's got zealots now. He'll be able to get rid of this cannon. So he's got that going for him at the very least. The game will continue from here. Finally deciding to get gas, but still no core. What are you doing, Nick Winters? Stop the madness. You gotta get a core, man.
The lack of core. If you're, I mean, we're almost 6 minutes in.
Yeah.
6 minutes in Legacy of the Void is actually the equivalent of 60 minutes in Heart of the Swarm. And so if you've not managed to get a core at this point in the game, you're doing something fiercely wrong. And he's just creating a really big uphill battle for himself, because Tony, with the amount of zealots that he has actually gotten himself to a point where he's solid now. He's okay.
Well, the crazy thing about this, if he actually took down all these zealots and ran into the base,
he'd probably win.
Oh, he would win, hands down. There's one cannon. That's it. All the minerals are going into this. He even has a gateway here, but no core. I mean, I wouldn't even complain if he stuck a core like right here to be protected by all these cannons.
I mean, Nick could have expanded a friggin' Nexus in the expansion of Tony right now.
Yep.
It's protected like all hell by cannons.
Yep.
You could have got anything. Nick's just been basically sitting on his arse, probably watching some porn on the side.
I think so.
Just not putting the commitment hours in.
Oh, actually, Nick Winters is in the chat right now.
Oh. Nick is sour about the fact that in this game he's playing like a pile of ass.
Well, he's saying that he wanted to win the game with purely cannons.
Okay.
So if that's the case,
then you have succeeded so far.
But I'm gonna treat this as if that was not the case, and you're just saying that.
Yeah, probably.
Because if that was the case, you wouldn't be getting gas right now.
Yeah, gas would not be happening. Why would you
core
get the
would not be happening.
Core finally dropping at 7 minutes and 13 seconds. Classical timing.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you shit in the bed pretty hard and overextending on these cannons. Luckily, though, your opponent really not doing a whole lot behind this. He could have killed you with these zealots. Didn't go down to go counter. He's just trying to fight for his life. He does have a couple of cannons here. Oh, that pylon, that high ground advantage.
Gas for gas cannons, you know.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, well, an effort was made.
An effort was made, and the dream will die here. Well, luckily for Nick Winters, his persistence here with cannons and the high ground vision is going to do it for him. See, if this Tony guy would have had a core out in a mothership, he would have been able to see the high ground, and these cannons would have never been able to,
if he built his Nexus somewhere that wasn't immediately in the vicinity of 1,000 cannons.
Yeah. Well, now he's going to come down here with these zealots. He's going to run up this ramp, probably die. Even though there's just one cannon.
If this attack happened 2 minutes ago,
oh yeah, it would have been over.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he waited until he was in a dire spot before he decided to go and attack. He's trying to build cannons. Tony is not eating his frosted flakes this morning. He woke up. He's running on an empty stomach. He's not thinking straight. He's not feeling so great at the moment.
He's waiting for these last two zealots to come down, and I think this attack is going to be. It's going to. Oh, you never know. I mean, we'll see. He's going to have one cannon, one stalker shooting at him. He needs to focus on this one pylon. In fact, I'd probably be focusing on both of them at the same time, because the zealots are just going to kind of pile up here. So you may as well get them doing something.
You know what Tony's biggest mistake this game was? Not opening 14 Nexus. That was Tony's biggest mistake. He had an opportunity, he didn't take it, and now look where he's at. This is what happens when you don't open 14 Nexus.
It is exactly what happens when you don't open up 14 Nexus. This one cannon, though, dealing damage. He's going to put down another pylon, but there's still going to be room here. That one stalker in its way. Run around, but the AI is just herping derping.
Oh, Tony.
Oh,
Tony, you're losing to the worst cannon rush of all time. Second worst. Episode 8 is obviously the worst. That hurt me, and I'm sure that hurt the people at home, and so I apologize. I wish I had something to give you. Wait! We do have something to give you.
I see what you're
Mr.
saying.
MaximusBlack,
Yeah.
how about you tell the fine folks at home what they can win today?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you go underneath the stream and you go for these giveaways, you can win yourself a subscription to Lootcrate. And if you just want to straight up get a subscription, you can use that promo code BOUS for 10% off. January's crate is Invasion with things like Aliens, Space Invaders, The Fifth Element, and X-Files. Next month, well, depending on when you're watching this on YouTube, go down in the description below, click on that Lootcrate link, and see what February's theme is going to be. I'm not psychic, but it's probably going to be pretty good. Also, G2A.com. Get those say-in prices 3% off by using that promo code BOUS. And, of course, JORD Woodwatch, 5% off by using that promo code BOUS. So many great things happening. Adam.
So much going on right now. Really, I think the folks at home can appreciate just the levels of giveaway that are happening today. I'm gonna push that one more time for the JORD Wood watches. We're at the very bottom of this screen. If you scroll down to the bottom, you can click on that link. You can input your email and click go. You won't be spammed, but you will be entered to win. How much? $150. $50.
Two different draws.
Two different draws. $150 US, not Canadian pesos. US
If you're
dollars.
a Canadian right now, that's like $7,000.
You could actually put a down payment on a house.
What? You can buy a house
You could be, well, you know.
in cash.
First, you have to sell the watch. You might not get it for market price,
I agree.
right? Because
I
it's
agree.
store credit, right? It's not actual cash, store credit. But still, I mean, you're living the dream.
Living it, baby.
So you should go and do that. We are well on our way to the 751 benchmark for entries on that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to divert your attention one more time from this game and say that we will see you next time.
Game
Please.
number 11 coming up.
Sit tight,
Staticity.
and we will return hopefully with two people that aren't blind and have hands.
We'll be right back.